making a little liquid marijuana.
Okay. And what comes in it?
We got Malibu, Captain Morgan, spiced rum, got Midori, blue curacao, and we got sweet and sour mix.
So pretty much we back again with another one. Episode Zoro Kora Kora Kara. Appreciate y'all for sliding. As always, blessings. Hope y'all had a great week. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. Everything that you wanted to do, everything that you had to do, I hope that you got it done.
It can put you in a mood after a while and chop the dose. Stressed out since they always critical. Hesitant to make a move cause they watching what I do. Hands up, I done had enough. Think I poured too much liquor in my cup.
Half ounce. I'm gonna do a controlled pour because I just don't feel like making a mess.
Now I want you guys to listen to that terminology that she's given.
So it should be a half ounce of the Captain Morgan, but because I'm making 2 drinks, I'm just gonna pour an ounce of the Malibu, half ounce of the Midori. Midori is from Japan. Some melon flavored liqueur. Got the blue curacao, which is a orange liqueur. You need half an ounce of that as well. Now it's supposed to get a splash of sweet and sour mix and a splash of pineapple juice. I forgot the pineapple juice, so I'm gonna improvise, but hopefully it still tastes good. I'm gonna do just a little splash of orange juice. Here you have it, folks. Got liquid marijuana.
Ta-da! Yo, 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 yo. Alright, so we just wanted to tell y'all we loved y'all. We wanted to start it off like that. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you tuned in. We love y'all, we appreciate y'all. Hope y'all week has been good. Like I said before, having a great weekend, you're gonna have to have a great weekend. Just slow down a little bit. About to have a great weekend. I talk fast, so just, pardon my French. Can you enlighten us on what we're drinking again? Just want to let the viewers and the listeners and the watchers to be able to watch and hear and see what it is that we're about to indulge into.
Of course. Well, guys, we are drinking liquid marijuana, hence the green color. As you saw previously, I was making the drink, but in case you don't remember, it has Malibu in it, Captain Morgan rum, spiced rum, and Midori, blue curacao, sweet and sour
Mix.
whatever, exactly. And it is supposed to be pineapple juice. Unfortunately, I did forget the pineapple juice, so I had to replace it with a little splash of orange juice. Is it still good?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. A little sad about that, but hold on, let me taste it.
Get your little tea again.
Pretty much, it tastes very similar. I can definitely taste the orange juice in it, though. But it's still good. So yeah, that's what we're drinking, guys. Liquid marijuana.
Gang.
Okay, so I will start with this. Hopefully what happened last time doesn't happen. Alright, so it's still random, but so that we do not have the same issue that we had last time where we picked like 17 cards that we had already done. I just looked at a few of them and it'll still be random because I don't know which one he's gonna pick. Go ahead.
It says, what about our dynamic concerns you most? Because I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know if I would say concerns me the most. I do think that's a question that I would really have to like sit here and think about. And I don't know if it's a concern. It's just an observation, something that could potentially be a concern at someone. I don't know. I would say with our dynamic, we both have very big and strong personalities. And we're very opinionated, and we both can be very stubborn. Sometimes that causes for us to bump heads, but I think the part of it that would be more so a concern, because I think that's kind of normal, especially if you've got two people that have big personalities in a relationship. But what could be more concerning is I'm more vocal about it. I'm more like bossy, and I like things to go like like this, and so I don't ever want to like overshadow what your thoughts or feelings about a situation is, because I know exactly what I want, think, and feel, and I verbalize it, and you might not. You're a little bit more passive. I'm more assertive, he's more passive. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's definitely a dynamic thing that has caused, issues before, not huge detrimental issues, but like if we talking about decision making and stuff like that, I'm on some, I think we should do this, and most of the time you're more like, okay. Every once in a while you will verbalize or vocalize how you feel about it, but a lot of times you are definitely more passive about it. And if you do feel strongly about it, you really don't say it until after the fact.
So it's like if it's not going the way that I want it to go, basically.
Yeah.
Or how it at least should go.
Right. Then you start voicing opinions that I didn't even know that you had.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I really be more so just being supportive, I guess. But I know it's a time, I guess a place for it. But most of the time, I really don't even be caring for real. Like, yeah, let's do it. Forget it, let's do it. Yeah, I want you to put that out too when you get a chance. For me, the only thing I guess that I would say probably concerns me would probably be, just like how you said, you are more assertive and more direct with it. Certain things, as far as like what you said, I guess, decision making. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we could feel differently about a situation and feel like, okay, maybe we should do it now, or maybe we should wait until we do it. I feel like sometimes you might, I guess, just go straight forward. It's like a good plan, or you think that it's a great idea, mm-hmm. or whatever, big or small. You might just pretty much just go head in.
I'm more impulsive.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like an issue or anything. Sometimes it's good. I would say just probably like some certain situations might just need more of a like a more patient type of thought process. Especially if it's something that's not as simple. Like if it's something that maybe like involving like credit cards, or I don't know, whatever, something that needs attention after, so long. It's not like a one-time type of thing. So like a bill, of course, a bill is reoccurring. So if it's something that's reoccurring, I would say we just probably just need more of a nice little sit-down thought process type thing before we make some decisions that can be pretty much life-changing. So, mm-hmm. I mean, that's the only thing that I could say. Other than that, I mean, I don't really think we have anything that's like that concerning to it. It's like, okay.
Is that a concern though of just about how I am, or is that a concern like it's asking our dynamics, or where do you feel like your role is in that decision making, or when I do that or whatever?
I mean, I guess I can voice more instead of being, I guess, passive aggressive. When I get bothered by certain things, I can be more voicing and actually really say what it is that I might want to do or not do. I can just pretty much voice what that is and not hold back, whether if it's touchy or just like simple. So,
gotcha.
Yeah, as long as we can be on one accord.
Oh, excuse me. One accord. Okay, that was a good question. Now you can get into the topic.
The topic.
Purpose. Do you think that your life has purpose? What is the determining factors to let you know that your life has purpose?
I feel like my purpose is just being a servant to others in, I guess, any way, shape, or form. Not necessarily as far as like a job goes, but like if you need help, like I wouldn't mind helping you. Like I feel like I put myself behind or put myself a step back from others. Like I would put them more so first. I just love to help people. Like if I can help you, I'm gonna try to help you. If I can't help you, I'm probably still try to help you. So I don't know, I feel like dealing with anything that makes a person feel better. Like I like to make people laugh, feel good, make sure everybody comfortable, make sure everybody good, on good terms or having a good time. That's more so my characteristic that I like the most is like I always want to have fun. I always want to play and, you know what I'm saying, make people laugh and feel good. So just a pure servant. You know, sometimes I fall short though because I do have like an anger problem sometimes. Like I go from 0 to 100 real fast, but you don't have to look at the camera. You don't got to look at the camera.
Real bad. Real fast. Real bad.
But it's just only because I'm so passionate in with everything that I do. I love that type of stuff. So anything that's involved in being a servant to others, that's what I feel like I'm here for. I just have to find my actual calling and what it really is that I'm supposed to really do. But
like what avenue that you will serve others in. Yeah. I think, well,
you think? And you
I was
know.
gonna say I know, but my POV is that everybody's life has a purpose and you would not be here without purpose.
Yep.
I think it is definitely a matter of just finding what your specific calling is or what your talent is or whatever. But I think everybody has a purpose, and I think that everybody's purpose is serving others. Excuse me, but I also feel like our purpose is bringing other people to Christ.
Could be a good one.
Or not even necessarily, that's very specific. Maybe not even necessarily bringing people to Christ, but just like being a light.
Yeah.
Like reminding people that there are still good people, that they're still good, that you can still, your soul can still be saved. Like regardless of what you believe, I'm saying what I believe. And I think that looks different for everybody. Like you got preachers and you got, you know, gospel singers, and you got, like you said, prophets and all of that stuff is like people in the church, and that's cool. But let's be honest, the church is not what it used to be. And
big cap.
Excuse me again. Please do not shoot the messenger. Do not come for me. I did not send for you. That's sad, but it is what it is. My point, though, is just that there are other ways for you to reach people. There are other ways for you to serve people. You said doctor, lawyer, hairdresser, nail tech, engineer, like whatever it is that you do, I believe that there is a way for you to still be a light in that. There is a way for you to still show people or show others that good still exists. That's my opinion. So I do think that everybody has purpose. Therefore, I believe that I have purpose, and therefore I believe that my purpose is serving others and being that light. How I do that, me personally, you know, it's kind of changing a little bit.
You starting to turn and go into that motivational type of talk.
Yeah.
Uplifting the weaks and dreamers and, you know, artists who might not, you know, everybody go through something. So I feel like you are starting to touch into those type of life coaching type of things and staying positive throughout it all.
I'm definitely not a life coach, and I definitely don't have any type of credentials to make you believe that you should believe what I'm saying. I don't have any of that. I'm really not a talker. I don't like to talk. I don't really like being around people like that. But I do believe that I have something to say, and I do believe that I have a way of communicating with other people and just kind of showing different perspectives. I guess, like, I can empathize, I can sympathize with what you're going through. I always got something positive to say. And it's probably annoying sometimes. Is it annoying sometimes? No?
No, because we need that positive energy.
Yeah. But see, at first, I thought that what I had to say was only supposed to come out through music. But now, I think it's still very much so music. Maybe my gift is also just communicating. Like, I just, know what to say and how to say it. And a lot of times, it don't even, after I say it, I'll be like, if somebody say it back to me, like tell me that I told them something or whatever, or they throw my own advice back at me, I'll be like, I don't remember saying that. So I don't know. I think that is a gift. And especially because I heard somebody say this, and I can't think of, I actually probably heard a few people say this recently, but basically it was like, that it's something that you're supposed to be doing if it's something that you don't want to do. Because a lot of times what your purpose or your calling is something that you would not have even expected out of you.
Yeah, I get it.
Or wouldn't choose to do, but it ends up coming naturally because it's in you.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, I'd probably much rather be doing this. Like I just said, I don't like talking, but it's happening.
It's happening. So you're coming out of that, a little, coming out of that, not more so antisocial, but the introvert.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're starting to change a little. But when that social meter runs out, it goes back to normal. Nothing changes. So that's definitely, I feel like that's never gonna change. So
Yes, it's true.
you can only get a few hours, couple hours, then she wanna be with me.
Yeah, because I don't get my energy, I don't feed off of other people. He feeds off of other people. He gets his energy from other people. I get and that's not to say he always wants to be around other people, but
No, I give energy too though.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But
yeah.
for me, it's like, it don't take much for me to be like, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Can we go? Can we stop? I mean, I think that if you're trying to figure out what your purpose is, like, my opinion, just continue to be a good person.
Yeah.
Continue to try. Like, it's gonna find you. We're still going on a journey of really trying to figure out what is our purpose. I have just now, and I think this is probably my first time even saying this to you, come to the conclusion that your purpose and your calling are two different things. Your purpose is what I just said.
Mm-hmm. Your calling, I feel like, is more so like your talent.
Exactly. What your gift is, what you're good at.
My gift is making people laugh and feel good.
I would agree.
If you know me, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a good time regardless. Wherever we at, we're gonna laugh, we're gonna see each other's gums. We're gonna see what type of teeth we got right here, because most of the time people nowadays, that teeth right there, that tooth right there, is gone. So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna see if your teeth there or not. And if it's not, then that means you old.
Or maybe you just
don't take care of your teeth.
You just probably need a little bit better dental care. Yes.
Yeah. Now y'all sitting back there, whoever watching y'all sitting there laughing and stuff, chuckling and stuff. That's my purpose. That's my calling. Next question is, do you think your life is harder with a purpose versus without having a purpose?
Can I rephrase it?
Yeah.
I'm going to rephrase it just based off of what we just said.
Right.
We just said everybody's life has purpose.
Yeah.
Do you think that your life is harder when you're living in your purpose
Okay.
versus not? Because you can have purpose
and still pop outside. Glocks heavy.
And not care about or believe anything that we just said.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Just off the strength of how wicked the world is, I feel like anytime you are trying to better yourself or do something in the good light, anytime you're trying to do good, I feel like the enemy attacks you the most. Living on the fence, just pretty much out in the field, having a good old time. I feel like life is much easier. You don't really care for too much. You don't have any, like, I guess, true moral responsibility. For the people who actually, believe in Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit, you understand what we're talking about. But I mean, if you don't, you can
take it from a universe perspective.
Take it from the universe perspective. If you think about it in the world aspect, you would think that the wicked and the cruel, well, it is true. They run the world basically, because everybody feeds off into negativity and everything. It's so easy to just dive into that type of stuff. You could say, okay, temptation with anything. Okay, say if you're on a diet or something like that, your flesh is tempted to, get the stuff that you really want to eat. Like the bad food could be, being evil or whatever the case may be. It's easier to be cruel and disrespectful and rude to a person versus being happy, trying to uplift them. Mm-hmm. Especially if they come to you left. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to, try to go right with them versus going left again with them, you know what I'm saying? Two lefts don't make a right. Wait, do it? Wait. Left. I know most of the time we're talking from a Christian, spiritual way, not Christian, but spiritual aspect. But of course, it started in the church too for us though. So we're starting to transition our thinking and mindset to it.
And just to be clear, just to kind of piggyback on what he just said, we did grow up. We were raised Christian. I grew up in a non-denomination church. It basically means that they don't really conform to a certain style of Christianity. Like you have Lutheran, Baptist, Apostolic, Pentecostal,
I don't know.
So many. But all of these are kind of like known for specific types of beliefs, specific types or specific ways that a service goes, specific ways that the church is ran, specific types of music, specific type of ways that the preacher gives his message, all of that. A non-denomination church is basically, they just teach the word. They give you the word based off of what the Bible says, and it's like you're in school. It's like a lesson. Pretty much. And then you grew up.
I grew up Baptist, and then I switched over to Apostolic.
Okay. What would you say was the difference between Baptist and Apostolic if you don't know what they're known for?
I would say Baptist is more so building off of faith, faith of a mustard seed. I would say it's more understanding. Baptist, I feel like it's more understanding, more down to earth type of Christianity, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Apostolic, what I was experienced too, you don't have the Holy Ghost, you don't have the gift of speaking in tongues, etc., then pretty much won't make it into heaven.
Could you serve in the church if you didn't have that?
Technically, no. The hour-long devotion song, Sunday school, after church, Bible studies. Like it was, I feel like Apostolic was a lot more. You had that Baptist church, Apostolic was more pristine. More structured, more
strict.
One faith, one baptism, one what is the other one? One faith, one baptism, one faith, one baptism.
One Lord, one faith, one baptism. Basically, and again, don't take what we're saying and run with it. You can do your own research or whatever, have whatever beliefs that you have. We're just kind of saying from our experience what the differences are. But I said all of that to say we did grow up in a church. A lot of black people did. But I do believe that sometimes the church can make it difficult to, live right or righteous. I think that they put a lot of rules on everything. Like, okay, when you say Christianity, we think religion. I don't want to be in no religion. I don't want to be in no cult. I'm not saying they're the same thing.
Cult.
But, you know, I don't have to have any of that stuff going on to have a relationship with God. Yes, the church is what I love and respect. Yes, the church is where we grew up. No, we're not going to say anything bad about the church. But our relationship with God, or our relationship with the higher power, whatever you want to call it, we call him God. Yes. The Father. Our relationship don't have anything to do with any of that. And if I'm being honest, I feel more at peace, and I feel more I guess connected and like I'm living right now than I did when I was growing up in the church. Like I was just doing stuff because I had to do it.
Yeah, we was more so, I feel like if you grew up in the church, you was like, as a little kid, you was forced to go to church.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's like none of that outside, none of that, you do that, you come to church.
And if you really had a relationship with him back then congratulations. But I think a lot of us were just doing what our parents told us to do, what our community told us to do, what our culture told us to do, what the church told us to do. And that's not, you know, what we necessarily agree with. So we're not trying to force any opinions on you, because if you watch The Savages and you're interested in Cocktail Hour, or you're just interested in our channel at all, you know, I just want it to be known that you gonna hear the name God.
Yeah, because we're a God-fearing household.
Yes, you gonna hear it. So if you don't agree with it, that's perfectly fine. I do think that we have a lot to say outside of, you know, what our spiritual beliefs are, but I don't want anybody to be turned off from what we're saying and our message not be conveyed how we want it to, because there's any confusion as to what we believe, how we live our life, or whatever the case is.
Yeah, I feel like now what you believe in is more accepted now. Like it's okay, whatever you believe in, that's your belief. You do it. Back in the day, it wasn't like that though. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. Yeah. Back in the day, it wasn't like that though. I just feel like it was more so, oh, you believe in that, or I can't have no parts. But now it's more so like everyone is pretty much accepted now. If they haven't been, it's been forced in somehow, and now it's comfortable now for everybody. So, and that's the reason why I feel like, you know, when it gets into like politics, they don't want to bring religion and stuff like that, because it's just a lot of stuff that comes with it though. So we're not trying to come on as ministers or anything to y'all.
Preaching.
We're far from that.
We on our
own
just have journey,
our connection in our way, and that's good.
Yeah. That was definitely off on a tangent. I just wanted to say that was on my heart to say, because this topic is
really based off of
when you say exactly, when you say purpose, like somebody who's a non-believer or not a Christian or not spiritual is gonna be like, well, what you mean we just exist? You know,
if a person don't feel like they got no purpose in their life, they're gonna do whatever they need to do for them. I have purpose. I'm trying to serve others, not myself. But
that goes into what you were saying when we say, you know, is it harder for people who are living in their purpose? If you don't believe that you have purpose, I feel like your environment is what determines how you act. Your environment and your experience. What they say, nature versus nurture. Yeah. If you don't have any necessarily beliefs or, you know, in the higher power or the universe or any of that, and you're just existing, that's your thing, whatever. But more than likely in those cases, it is the people around you, your environment around you, your life experiences that kind of mold the way that you navigate through life. And, you know, that just is what it is. But I do believe that if you believe in purpose and you are living in your purpose, that is harder than not. That is harder than just existing. Yeah. Because you do have morals. You do think about what you're doing and what you're saying before you do it. You do have a certain level of care about the way that you move. I think when you live like that, there are things that come against you, because like he said, the world is very wicked. And a lot of times being that light is not always perceived as a good thing. People don't want to see that. Like, people like negativity. They feed off of negativity. Why do you think reality TV shows are probably the most watched on TV, and they keep renewing seasons and they keep creating spin-offs? So people like to see that stuff, and that's just the facts. The most popular music, and I'll talk about in the black community, in the black culture, is, you know, the hip-hop and the rap that's talking about, quote me some lines.
You know, my favorite gun to switch. You know that kind of know. Smoking all my dead homies. All your pop.
Anyway, my point is, like, they're talking about drugs. They're talking about
money, sex,
all of that. Those are the things that get the most numbers, and I'm very passionate about that, especially when it comes to the music, because okay, well, just go listen to my music.
Yeah.
Just go listen to my music, and you'd be like, oh, okay, download my music on any streaming service. Emontre, you can go download on any streaming service. But I try to stay true to who I am in my music. And yes, sometimes you're going to make more trendy music, or you're going to make more, you know, party or club music, or whatever the case is. But there's a certain type of music that the industry wants to hear, a certain type of look the industry wants to see. Like, it is very difficult. I'll just say, when you're trying to do anything different than what the norm is,
ain't nobody gonna go crazy for nobody rapping to us. Yeah, man, I just took care of my family. I bought my mama a crib. I'm feeding the kids.
Yeah. It's like, and people gonna listen. Certain people will listen. We won't say that, you know, nobody will, but what is that industry supporting? What, as listeners or as people, are we supporting? You know, everything is very much so what's trending right now, or what's gonna put me on. And that's just talking about industries. That's not even talking about, you know, going back to who you are as a person, what your heart posture is, how you live your life, how you care for yourself and other people. That's not even going into all of that. That's just talking about the business aspect of everything, the entertainment aspect of everything. So just imagine if you're somebody who also lives your life in a way that's different than the norm. Yes, it's gonna be harder.
It's gonna be hard as hell.
And it's frustrating.
Man, it's frustrating.
It's extremely frustrating. And again, I do not want anybody listening, our 10, 20, 30, 40 listeners, viewers, whatever, to think that, you know, we're trying to put our thoughts and opinions off on anybody else. But we just really want to encourage anybody that is living in their purpose, or feels like they're living in their purpose, or want to know what that's about, that, like, just because it's harder doesn't mean it's not worth it.
Yeah.
And if one day you wake up and decide, I don't want to do this anymore, that is completely up to you to decide, I don't want to live in purpose, I don't want to be good. That is completely your decision.
I'm finna do it. Are you where you want to be? Spiritually, emotionally, financially. I'm not where I want to be. Spiritually, because I still worry. If I was where I wanted to be at, I wouldn't worry as much. I still worry a lot. Still overthink a lot. And all these are still, you know what I'm saying, working in progress. And you're still gonna do it regardless, but it's how often or how long you sit in those thought patterns and stuff like that. Emotionally, I'm not sometimes, because jumping the gun, certain things moving off of emotions versus me thinking, or moving off of my heart versus, you know, me using my logic or my reasoning. Financially, everybody trying to be financially free, stable.
Yeah.
Oh, and physically. Physically, we're getting there. Been eating good and trying to work out a lot. Been trying to cut back on a lot of things, just trying to take care of our health. Definitely want to continue to do that. I want to continue to push for these healthy patterns. We want to just have a little bit more freedom. And I'm also speaking between both of us. We're yoked, so we're one-on-one. So we both pretty much want the same thing. Yeah, and just to be happy and peaceful. We just want to be better. We want to be able to get the knowledge, apply the knowledge, pass on the knowledge. Because what good is information if you're the only person that knows it? So.
Say that.
That's what it is, man.
Say that. Yeah.
So I'm not just living just to live. I want to have something that when my time is up, my legacy can continue to go.
Exactly.
So.
When you go, what did your life mean? Did you just exist? Or do you cause an impact on somebody else? Which ties back into what we said in the beginning, which is everybody's life has a purpose. Well, most times what you do here actually has nothing to do with you. Especially if you have offspring and your offspring has offspring. It's not about you.
Yeah.
I agree with what you said with everything. The only thing I'm going to add to that is I do think that where we are now is much different than where we were a year ago,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Of course.
There is growth. And, you know, I actually was just journaling this yesterday. And this is a trendy thing to say now. You know, give yourself grace, give other people grace. But it's so true. A lot of times, me specifically, I get in my head about not seeing change happen. And then I have to reflect back on where I was a year ago, even 6 months ago. There is change. It's slow and steady. And I'd rather exactly, a marathon. I'd rather it be slow and steady than to be super fast and I wind up right back where I was before I started. Because I didn't take any of it in. I didn't really actually learn and apply any of it.
Yeah.
Am I where I want to be right now in all of those areas that you said? No. There is always going to be work to do. I probably will never be where I want to be in any of those situations.
That's how you manage.
Probably will never be where I want to be. Maybe physically. Because once you're doing good physically, like
everything starts to work out better.
Yeah, you might be like, okay, like this is a good weight for me. This is a good shape. I'm eating right. Maybe physically.
Yeah. Let me put on that thong for me and
shut up.
All that time. What's up?
But outside of that, like I think that there is always going to be room to improve. I think I'm always going to be craving more, needing more, searching for more, going after more, just trying to be a better person. Kudos to you. Kudos to me. Kudos to us because we try. You wake up and try. Every day is a new day. Will actually said that on a business call. You mess up that day and you wake up and it's a new day. You do it all over again. You do it better.
Yeah.
And that's just that on that.
It's pretty good to me.
So that's it for this episode of Cocktail Hour. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. Thank you for watching it. If you watched it all the way through, we hope you got something from it. If you completely disagreed with everything that we said,
write it down below. I want to hear it.
That is completely your right to have.
I want you to say it.
We can keep the conversation going in the comments if you feel the need. Now, we will block you, delete your comments and everything, so please be respectful, but
be mindful, be mindful.
Be for real, like, thank you for allowing us this platform to even talk on this. We appreciate you. We really do hope that we said something impactful or something to even just make you think, even if you don't agree. Something to make you think. Yeah. That's all.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say. I closed out my piece about 10 minutes ago. Pretty much.
Bye.
DA SAVAGES. Y'all know the vibes. I'm Mr. EMONTRE. You got your girl Akilah. Y'all like, subscribe, comment, share. Yeah, we love y'all. I don't want to get in trouble, so I'll stop talking.
Bye.
We love y'all.
Money now, I make more money now. Don't wanna keep too many round. Voice in my